Stop. Hi, boo. Mocho kanjani? Okay, molweni kuni nonke. Igama lami uthando lwethu. Abanye beni banazi ngo-Coffee Mac, utata wesizwe. And welcome to yet another installment of TikTok Finds, where I talk about some of the great artists or phenomenal artists I have discovered here on TikTok. Once again,
for featuring me. Pishi.
shout out to TikTok for featuring me. And on today's episode, we will be talking about none other than BASQUIAT, a neo-hop, as he likes to call it, neo-hop or alternative artist from Pretoria, who was born in Johannesburg and raised in Pretoria North. This is according to SLT. Yes, this is according to SLT. We'll be talking about his, well, I wouldn't say latest single, but most recent work, or single rather, which is The Groove Theory. That was released on the 23rd of November 2023. And then he later on released an EP, The Groove Pack, which we'll unpack later, right? But for now, I want us to focus on the single, The Groove Theory. Initially, I had wanted to shoot an episode on the EP Internet Girl, right? But because there were some articles that were missing and some things, like got lost in the yabo, I didn't want to necessarily I wanted some things to be factual and not only be based on what I say or my preferences, yabo. So luckily with Groove Theory, the articles that were released recently are still there, and I'm able to read up on where Imani was at the time when making this single or what he wanted to express to his audience, right? So we're gonna talk about Groove Theory. Okay. See now. But as I was saying, so Imani, I was interested in knowing, number one, what inspired the name BASQUIAT. I didn't wanna probably go like the conventional route to say he was probably inspired by the artist BASQUIAT, and then it's also probably gonna correlate with his music. Kanti, only to find that I was actually correct. On an interview with Claude Boulevard, where he was speaking on Internet Girl as well as his other music, he did say that...
Talking about your name, bro. Your name is iconic. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You do know that your name is iconic because there's a painter.
Yeah.
There's a Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Yeah, it's Jean-Michel.
Jean-Michel. I don't know how to pronounce that. But you know what I mean, bro.
Yeah, nah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what was the inspiration? Besides the fact that the painter's surname, is Basquiat. Like, what was the whole inspiration behind your name?
Well, firstly, I really relate to Basquiat.
Yeah.
Like, he was pretty much an outcast in terms of like the way he looked.
Yeah.
You know, the type of artworks he made, and just in life, like he was always going right.
Yeah.
When everyone was going left, or going left where everyone was going right.
Yeah.
And with that, I related so much to that because I've been an outcast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The name BASQUIAT was inspired by the artist, painter, and fashion model, but he's mostly known as a painter, Jean-Michel Basquiat, right? Yes, we know him for his experimental paintings. He was born in New York. I think he lived in New York. Yes, so he says he liked his art, and he liked that his art is abstract, of which he can also correlate it to his own art in a sense that it's not for everyone, but everyone like respects it, right? Like there isn't one way to take it in, but in whichever way you take it in, you're able to say, okay, yeah, this is, Imani's work, and we'll respect that. So he also did say that he just liked how he was not so conventional in who he was, besides the art, in who he was. He spoke even on the canvases that Basquiat tended to use, when it comes to making art and how he was just in life in general, right? We can also see on Instagram, like if you're someone who like watches these pages, you can also see with the hairstyles that bro did, like they were not necessarily your normal type shandies, yeah, but also the dreadlocks were kind of different, yeah, but like he was just the different dude. So I get what he's saying. And then I also feel like it correlates really well with him saying that he was into Basquiat's work, yeah, but from an artistic viewpoint, because there are singles that he had dropped, I believe, after the EP Internet Girl, where there would be people with like three eyes and, you know, three eyes, one mouth somewhere and things like that. It just looked, yeah, but so I believe he was also tapping into that energy. Also finding out from Twitter that he actually paints. That was actually dope. I was like, oh, okay, like it goes deeper, right? It goes deeper. Yeah, but another thing I actually found out was when doing the research for Internet Girl, right? Of which I ended up not doing it. I started to see Uti bro is very intentional. Bro is very intentional with his art and what he wants to portray to the people and what message he wants to relay to the people or whoever it is that's listening to his music. Yeah, well, it's not just a thing of okay, we're just doing it and you understand. So Imani also, I think the name Imani only means divine spark and a man of God. Also in his tweets, he does mention that a lot, like just trusting in God is important. You must just work on your craft and you understand. So I think his name really correlates with who he is as a person, yabo, and the kind of art that he gives off. Yeah. So yeah, I think now we've gotten into the gist of the name. He also did mention it again on the Hype magazine. Uba, the name Basquiat basically comes from Basquiat. He was inspired by how he lives and all of those things. Another thing I found cool was the fact that he actually studied architecture. Yeah, so now we can see about, okay, like there's a method behind the madness, if I can put it like that, you understand? Behind everything that he's doing, there are actually moves that are calculated. And this is easy to see because even with groove theory, most of it, like the most predominant color is red, right? Mostly we see red. Every time Iman is doing something with groove theory, it's red, which is why I'm also rocking the red.
Clock that team.
Yeah. You understand?
Clock that team.
Which is why I'm also rocking the red. On Internet Girl, it was it was a grayscale and a yellow. Yeah, but it was a grayscale and a yellow. And every time he posted clips around like anything that has to do with Internet Girl, they were all in black and white. Yeah, but so there was a certain tone, like there was a tonality. I actually like the fact that he also takes into consideration things like colors and all of those things. Okay, so now going into groove theory, before even dropping the single on his Instagram, Imani actually wrote a letter to his soul to my dear soul society, as he had titled it, that he knows that he's been away and apparently he hadn't dropped in a while, but he wanted to tell the people that he has grown now and he goes by a new name, a new alias, if we can call it that, a new alias, which is King Groove, right? King Groove. Okay, so I guess we're starting to expect more of a groove, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so now what does that tell us? That tells us, okay, there's a change of character, meaning there's also a change of character in the music. There's a change in sound. There's a shift in how he's going to be acting, how he's going to be dressing, the whole look. You understand? How he's just going to be, of which I also like that. Because that's also something that The Weeknd does. The Weeknd does that really well, where we had After Hours and then we had Don FM, then we also had Starboy. On Starboy it was totally different, right? So we can see which, okay, these are phases and these are, you understand? So I actually like that. I actually love that, which, okay, now we're in this part and this is the character that he is going to be, right? And this is what he's going to be moving with. This is the sound that he is going with. Yeah, but I actually enjoyed that. Even with Abel, his last album or the weekend, it was literally him, just his face. Abel, you understand? So yeah, man. That was that. I like that. Number one, I like that. I really like that, by telling people it's okay. Now things have shifted, so that people don't necessarily, for example, we as fans, if we heard you doing a song like this back then, and then now all of a sudden you change sounds, people are like, ah man, bro was doing this, now why is he doing this? You understand? Because some fans aren't necessarily able to move with the artist. They'll be stuck on whatever it is that they're stuck on, and then later on be like, oh, I see what he was doing. But we don't necessarily, like, we aren't necessarily able to trust the artist's vision. Yeah, so I also feel like the letter did that really well, to say to whoever it is that was listening before, they should now understand with him, there's a shift. You understand? There's a shift. Okay, sure. Oh yeah, also this thing, it just proves Uguti. He even said on the Clot Boulevard network, Uguti, on Internet Girl, he even went as far as like having his hair, he wanted to look as raggedy as possible, so that it comes off Uguti, damn, it's been a while since bro dropped.
Type of look to fit the narrative of the tape. And so from there I just carried on that narrative to Internet Girl, and then with Internet Girl, what I wanted to do was to have myself look as raggedy as possible to emphasize the fact that it had been some time before I dropped. So yeah.
Nah, super clean, bro. I really miss it.
Watching a video of him with the model on the cover art of the Internet Girl, Pumla Dineo, I believe. Yes, Pumla Dineo. Where she was like, yo, hey stranger, where have you been? You understand? And then now it starts to make sense. Oh, okay. Like he was dropping mini clips, mini movies to make it all make sense. Yeah, well, so yeah. I like the intentionality in that. And red is a really prevalent color. You can go to his Instagram now, and all you're gonna see is red, bro. Like red, right? Okay. So now we'll also go into his influences, and he did say some of his influences are like 70s, 80s. He mentioned this also on the Cloud Boulevard network, and then he mentioned it again on Hype. But okay, some of his influences include like 70s, 80s music, funk, soul, you understand, alternative. Yeah, but he did also say one of his biggest inspirations is Andre 3000, which is also dope, because yeah, man, Andre is that guy. What do you mean? Yeah, but so now let's go into groove theory. Yeah, but and as you know, guys, since this time I did find it okay, this song was actually talking about this, and this is what it was talking about. I'll start with me. I'll start with what I thought the song was about and what the song was talking about. You understand? Okay, so we'll go into the lyrics. So wait, excuse me. Oh yeah. Okay, right. So Imani goes.
Said you lost in the groove. Said you lost in the groove. Now tell me what you want now, what you need. I'll be there in a hurry. Give me love now. Don't you worry. What you want now? What you need? I'll be there in the hurry. If I'm cut off, I'll bleed. Without your love, baby. Can't go without your love.
Lost in the groove, right? Hey, okay, should I sing it now, man? So it says lost in the groove. Hey, said you lost in the groove. Yeah, well, and then okay, cool. So it's just an opening chorus, lost in the groove. But at the background, like there's a lady that keeps saying, I can't stay chasing. Yeah, but lost in the groove. I can't stay chasing. Yeah, understand? Then now we're going to the hook, where he says, I think it's the hook, I'm not sure. Yeah, but where he says, tell me what you want now. Tell me what you need. Baby, I'll be there in a hurry. You understand? Give me love now. Baby, please. Baby, I got it. Don't you worry. If I'm cut off, I'ma bleed. Can't go without your loving, babe. Yeah, but so okay, now I'm starting to see Imani is actually in love here. Like, yeah, but like this is a song I would sing to a girl. Like if I'm like down bad, yeah, bro. If I'm down bad, I'd literally send it to her and tell her, yo, dog, like listen, bro, like check me out, dog. Yeah, bro. Then okay, it continues. So that's what I'm seeing with okay. I believe this was for a girl. That was my initial thought. Then now we go into the verse where he says, can't go without your love, need it, give it to me, baby, don't tease me. Dose of this drug, I feel it. Right? So obviously, dog, like when you're in love with someone, or when you like really, really want someone, like when you're chasing someone, right? You have that thing which oh, like damn, you understand? Like for real. So even J. Cole did say which like love is the strongest drug ever, you understand? So which is why it also really correlates really well. Dose of this drug, I need it, even if it's like just being with her. And yeah, but and now he does say which, don't cut me off, I'ma bleed, you understand? Because if you block that thing, what happens when you stop using a drug? You get withdrawal symptoms, my dog, and withdrawals are not nice. Withdrawals are not nice. Like, you understand? And you start bleeding and you start feeling like you're dying now, you're losing your whatever it is. Yeah, but then it says hoping that I one day leave it. Yeah, but and then in the background there was a lady that was saying I can stay chasing, right? Excuse me, but there was a lady who was saying I can stay chasing. Yeah, but so now I'm like so it's like okay, he's chasing whatever it is, he's chasing this girl, but now hey, yeah, but this girl is not doing the right things on time, my dog. Like she's not doing the right things on time, but in the background it's like I can't keep chasing you, but here I am still chasing, you understand? Like I can't keep chasing you, but here I am still chasing. Yeah, but like this song wasn't necessarily a yo like think too hard about it. No, it wasn't like necessarily that, but yeah, that's what I felt, that's what I thought the song was about. And then it says
Need it, give it to me, baby, don't tease me. Dose of this drug, I feel it. Hoping that I one day leave it. Like if you find me dead in the lobby, run an F autopsy. Find in my body that the love on top C. Say that you got me, let the love control me. Love.
like if you find me, and then it goes again to say like if you find me dead in the lobby, run an F autopsy, find in my body that the love on top C. Right? So he's talking about basically if I die, because you probably didn't give me the love that you said you're gonna give me, and the police come, tell them you're the cause of my death, right? And the first thing you're gonna see is that it's my love for you, my dog. Just know which, even if I die and they run an autopsy, you're gonna see that your love is the one that is on top. You understand? So bro, like you understand why I would say like I would send this to a hand, dog. Like sorry, a girl, a woman, right? Yes. So yeah, but like it's a declaration of your love for a special somebody. Like it's a declaration of your love for a special somebody, because you're just expressing how you feel, like you're being vulnerable. That's one thing I felt from the song, is that even with the melodies, dog, and the chords, and like bro is being vulnerable. Like if you cut me off, I'ma bleed. And even also give me your love, please. Like he's pleading, baby, please give me your love. Like oh, bro is pleading, I got it, don't you worry. He's telling her he has it all in order, my dog. Yeah, bro. And then it goes on to say say that you got me, let the love control me. Yeah, bro. So if I die, let the police know that you're the one who killed me and you're the cause of my death. Yeah, bro. And you will know the main reason was because of my love for you. You understand? And then it goes on to the chorus and it says, you lost in the groove. When okay, the first time I also heard like lost in the groove, hey, I was under the impression that Ugen, or whoever it is that he's pursuing, probably has like a lot of attention around her, right? That she's not even able to see Uti, yo, like Imani is riding with me till dawn type thing, yabo. So that's what I thought about when I heard like you lost in the groove. Hey, I can't lost in the groove. So it's like that thing. Stella got her groove back. Stella got her groove back. So I thought maybe okay, like there was a lot of noise around her with all of these dudes just chasing. So now she was blinded by the lights. Yeah, well, she was blinded by the lights, and then she couldn't see Iman. You understand? So that's what I thought. Yeah, well, like you lost in the groove. Can't you see me, baby girl? You're lost in the groove, man. You understand? And then on second verse, then he said,
You badly, I can't seem to help myself. It's the reason I can't keep you off my mind. Hope you fathom the feelings that I have felt. Want you badly, I want you badly, I want you badly. I can't seem to help myself. It's the reason I can't keep you off my mind. Hope you fathom the feelings that I have felt. Want you badly, want you badly.
want you badly, I can't seem to help myself. Hope you fathom the feelings that I have felt. Then it goes on again to say, want you badly, I want you badly, I want you badly. This is the reason I can't keep you off my mind. You see, like that's like obviously when you show someone, like when you declare your love to someone and when you share how you feel to someone, you want them to at least consider and think about what it is that you're saying, because it's coming from a deep place, like it's coming from a place of love and a place of care. You understand? And also, like he's addicted to her, like he's showing signs of someone who is addicted to something, right? Because like he's saying seem to help myself, like I want you so badly, I can't seem to help myself. You understand? Like bruh, yo. And you want a drug, like really want a drug, you can't help yourself, you'll do anything, whatever it is, to just get that. So like I kind of felt that. I was like, yeah, bro, like I relate to this, but more than anything else, bro, the song is dope, the song is fire. What by I don't wanna butcher the name, dog, but it's Baitu Mano. I think it's Baitu Mano or Baitu. But I'm sorry, Mr. Mano. Yeah, I'll say Mr. Mano. What he did on the production there is crazy, because there's also an electric guitar solo there at Boma 340. Bro, that guitar solo.
Lost in the groove now, baby. Lost in the groove now, baby. Lost in the groove now, baby.
Also brings out that vibe that he had said about he's also inspired by like funk, 80s, and it also has a groove to it, right? Groove theory. Yeah, but groove theory. So yeah, also like how that really ties in really well. And also at the beginning it has that vibe, yeah, alternative to it, yeah, but alternative type stuff, melodies, like it's just a good song, bro. I don't wanna lie, it's just a good song. I enjoyed it. But yeah, that's the feeling I got from it. I thought Imani was probably talking about a girl that he really loves and that he's really into. So I then checked these articles where he actually did the interviews, and then he spoke about all of this, only to find that on Escopia he did express that groove theory. He talks about a thrilling groove where your passion keeps you alive, right? Where your passion keeps you alive. And then I think he also did say this, and I quote from the article, shouldn't we all be lost in the thrill of our consciousness? Either the author said this or Imani said this, but there was also an Instagram post where Imani did say that if you love something so much, get lost in it, right? Getting lost in something that you love. But he also did say on the Escopia article that finding what you love and letting that consume you is one of the purest forms of carefreeness, right? He's lost in the groove. He's lost in the groove of music, right? So basically he is telling music, whatever his passion is, like, dog, me, I love you, bro, and if ever I'm not with you, like, I'm gonna bleed to death. You understand? Like, whatever it is that you want, I'm gonna do it for you. Yeah, bro. So instead of it being about a girl, Imani was actually talking about his passions and the things that he really, really loves, because he gets lost in them. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I think I'd seen a quote that said, do something that you love until like time isn't necessarily a concept anymore. So like I feel like, yeah, but I think I'm misquoting it. But I think that's what the quote was speaking about. You do some, have you noticed when you're doing something that you love, how time really flies by and time really goes by so quickly? Yeah, bro. So I think that's what Imani was actually speaking about from the article. That's what I saw, bro. Like, I don't understand. Ask the audience and always like giving these songs our own meanings, bro, because it's the same thing that happened with internet art. I think he was asked about who was the song actually for the 18 Uwena Uluncumo lwami wena. Yeah, and then he was actually asked about apparently he had written it for his dad, I believe, for his dad or his mom, if I'm not mistaken, for one of the two. Yeah, and people are like, yeah, now I'm gonna play the song at my wedding. You understand? Because it's so romantic, dog. It's so romantic. I wasn't expecting him to say it's about his parents. You understand? But yeah, it's a good song, great song nonetheless. But yeah, Imani BASQUIAT is a neo-hop artist, and the things I actually loved about the song is the different elements. Like, yeah, Mameleka, bro. Like, it's such a good song, man. It's such a good song, dog. Like, it would fit so well into a K-Tronada set. Yeah, what that K-Tronada, K-Tramine vibe. If you've listened to K-Tronada and Amine's joint project, it would fit so well into that. And yeah, another thing, the color red. I also did mention that the color red, the prevalence of the color red was great, because the color red, him expressing his love for the groove and the music, the passion, right? Red, as I had explained, I think it was in a previous video where I was talking about cover art of the week done by Lumkile, that red can mean a lot of things, bro. And in this instance, Escopia actually said what I was thinking, because they were like, you can tell that there's passion in this with the use of the color red, and it's there everywhere, dog. Yeah, but also with the Groove Pack EP, the whole cover art is red. You understand the intentionality with that? I love the intentionality in that. I also think it comes with, because the Big Hash also did the same thing. Tyson also did the same thing with his rollout for If Lost, Take Home, and Home, Home Yard Edition. Because the Big Hash had been like dropping project leading up to Heartbreak Hotel, which Imani BASQUIAT was also featured on Heartbreak Hotel. But yeah, now I'm rambling. He was also featured on Heartbreak Hotel, where he would say precursor to Heartbreak Hotel. So I actually like that, like when artists just keep taking us through this phase. Another thing I loved was the fact that bro really promotes like his music. Bro doesn't play when it comes to his music. Bro goes off. There's so many videos I had seen, so many things I had seen, like pictures, understand? And it's well correlated, because he stays true to the look. If he's found in a shoot, if he's doing a shoot somewhere, he stays true to the look. He's wearing a black vest with some mangas, like giving that old 80s 90s vibe. Yeah, bro. And he also liked posting with James Brown. Is it James Brown? Yeah, he liked using that GIF. So I'm also thinking, okay, King of Funk, right? King of Groove. Yeah, bro. So yeah, that's Imani's that's our TikTok find for today. Imani BASQUIAT. I suggest you also go and listen to Internet Girl. Internet Girl is so dope, bro. Also, another thing with listening to his old projects is you start to understand, because I listened to Groove Theory before, and then I went back. Then when going back, I realized, he was actually just, training the ear, because it was like he was mixing the sound with a bit of hip hop and a bit of trap here and there. Yeah, but it wasn't as strong. It was just coming in hints. And then he actually mentioned it on Claude Boulevard, this other street interview he was on, where he had just performed. And then he did say, Uguti, with Internet Girl, I was kind of training the listener's ear to say, yo, like, this is what I'm working on, but I just want you to get used to this, you understand? And then now on Groove Theory, he took it there, dog. Like, he just ran with it. So yeah, I also think that was a nice touch. That was another thing I actually noticed, and I thought was cool. Bro also is versatile. Because there's a song, I think Touch. It's a Touch. I think it's Touch. Or there was actually one of his freestyles on his TikTok that I had seen. The beat was so trappy, dog. Like, he can also sing, like, dog.
And I'm like, this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't.
Understand? So yeah, man, that is our TikTok find for today. Imani BASQUIAT. And I suggest that you go and check out his music, dog. Like, angeke usole, bro. Angeke usole. Trust me. Yeah, I think that's it. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, with the groove pack now. With the groove pack, it's different interpretations of the groove theory, basically. So we have Du's groove, we have Yolophonic's groove, we have KB's groove, we have Beloved Uncensored's groove, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we have who am I forgetting? There's someone I'm forgetting. I think Mr. Manong also has a touch on it, but he did the original. But yeah, I think there's someone I'm definitely forgetting here with the groove pack. So far, like, when starting off the groove series, Du's groove was my favorite, right? Dushi is also a producer. I'm not sure if he's from Pretoria, but I do think that he's from Pretoria. The first time I discovered him was on SoundCloud, high school, where I think he did a remix of Travis Scott's song with the cover art being Sade or something like that. So yeah, man, I enjoyed that. But when you continue to go down, like, you start losing track of, they all have something to give, you understand? They all have something to give those grooves. And I also like the fact that Imani continues to push. And he also received an award. Imani also received an award for the streets. Yeah, for the streets. Wow! I'm not sure who really hosts that whole award show, but it was also summer nominated, which is dope. I feel like, which is also well deserved. Like, bro is an artist, bro. I don't wanna lie. Like, yeah, bro is an artist. Well deserved. And yeah, man, finally, now I'm closing that drop again on the drop business. Remember? I do hope that you guys enjoyed this episode of TikTok Finds, and you do go and check out Imani BASQUIAT's music. Peace and love.